What's going on there, YouTube? Back again on the K10 build. I've been out here in the shop piddling around all day, just trying to figure out what I want to do. And here on the K10, decided it's time to get the bed on. And yeah, been brainstorming ideas for how to attach it. And it is going to stay separate from the cab. It's like a real truck. So just messing around. I've taken a couple other trucks apart today, and long time ago when this was a D110 chassis, I'd swapped out the battery tray for the Trailfinder 2 tray, just because of where my electronics and stuff needed to be at the time. So I have a rolling D90 that I've never done anything with, so I stole the battery tray back and put it back on the D110 frame here. And then it occurred to me, all of the D1s, all RC4wd battery trays have metal posts to keep the battery from sliding out, and the straps and stuff. So I went ahead and put that on. They were a little short. I tried some aluminum short links that I had. They were a little long, so I took, these are the stock Trailfinder 2 plastic body mounts, and I just took two of them and cut them even, and that is the perfect height for the bed to sit on. So this is going to be my front body mount, or bed mount, and it's also giving me a convenient place to put a battery. Now I'll probably have to notch my back wall on one side or the other to run my battery cables through, but we're not to that point yet. So right now we're just trying to get the structure on. There is plenty of room under there for a battery, and it won't slide out, and it really can't go front to back because of the cab wall and in the way the Gelande 2 frame is. And if you've been following along on Instagram, I did cut and glue in a piece of bed from my other K5 body. See if I can get you zoomed out here to show you that. I haven't done any body work or anything, and it's not perfect. Nothing ever is perfect, but it's a floor, and it filled in the tops and everything like I needed. Somehow that just kind of worked out, so that's what I'm going with for now. But first thing I've got to do here is I've got to figure out where I need my holes, drill new holes so I can mount to the body mount, the first half of the body mount. And then once we get that done and on, then we can start figuring out what we're going to do in the back, because the back's a different animal altogether. Alright guys, so this is where I'm at. I've got the front on. I am trying to shoot this with the GoPro, so if it looks terribly different, it is. I'm trying to experiment with this thing and see what all I can do and what I shouldn't do with it. But anyway, it needs to come up a little bit in the back here. When I've been mocking it up, I've been using this Gelande 2 bumper here to kind of prop it up into place. Right now that is a little bit high, so it looks like my bumper mounts need to be level with the top of the chassis here. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. There's not very many holes on the back side of the Gelande 2 chassis, so I'm thinking maybe of doing something with the bumper, because the bumper will mount to the bed, and then I have all that flat surface to maybe utilize some of these holes on the end of the Gelande 2 frame. So that's what I'm going to look into, and we'll see what we come up with. Alright guys, so I got the height where I want it. Just temporary fix right now. I used some threaded rod pieces here, put in the upper mounts for the Gelande 2, and the bumper kind of sets on it, but it allows the body to move up and down in the back. But I've got the height where I want it, and that for now this is where I'm going to go with, because this is still a very long ongoing process here. So I got to go buy some more aluminum stock, and I think I can make some mounts that'll attach to where the bumper mounts, and I can bend them around to fit where the Gelande 2 frame rails end. But first, before I can do that, after I get the aluminum, I've got to go ahead and mount the tailgate and make sure that these chassis ends, they stick out just a hair past the edge of the bed. You can see I've got flat there, about a 2 or 3 millimeter out. I got to make sure that's not going to interfere with the tailgate opening. So yeah, for now this is what I'm going to roll with. I just used my bumper from the Blazer that I took off. It still looks kind of big. And I'm already seeing some problems with the suspension. Super soft. I'm making body just kind of stays one side to the other for right now. Pretty good flex though. But yeah, definitely be reworking the shocks at least, if not doing something different. Possibly going to leaf springs, possibly partial leaf springs. I don't know yet. Just have to wait and see. But for now, I got the body on. Pretty happy about that. If you've been following along on Instagram, you've seen these. All the Axial SCX-10-2s come with like 3 of these. They're part of the, I think it's the suspension, they're the axle parts trees. They are scale bullhorns, so they are just black. I painted mine and tried to make them look like real horns. Mix some white and tan and brown paint. Try to make streaks in it like bullhorns. And I don't know if they're gonna stay on this truck. It was just something silly I was messing with earlier. But yeah, I think before I go on any further, I've got to do a front, well, I don't know yet. I need a front wall in the bed up here. I need a piece to go, some styrene to put across there. I need to build the tailgate and mount it up with the hinges. But that's going to screw up my suspension for right now, so I may have to deal with the suspension to carry the weight, because there's a lot of extra weight here with all this extra styrene. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end this one. Just a short update video. Like I said, with this build I'm taking my time. I'm really not trying to rush it. We'll see what we end up with. I did, however, kind of come up with a color scheme. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be very 80s. I think I'm going to use it. I'm not for sure yet. My grandpa had a truck like this. It was a long bed. I think it was an 83 or 84, so I had the different front end, but it was a brown, just ugly brown with a tan two-tone around the body line, so you need to have your tan section in the middle. But I think that would look right with my tire and wheel setup, with my raw wheels looking kind of weathered and aged a little bit. But we're a long way from that, so still just brainstorming. But anyways, thank y'all for watching, and be sure to check out on Instagram. Follow along, see all the goofy stuff I do that's not in the videos. And yep, stay tuned for more.